do a little update in the rain, because that's kind of what we've been getting a lot of just recently. So I have sorted out, well, not quite sorted out, but sort of moved the strawberries and cleaned up this area. The grass was kind of growing right through this patch here, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to finish off, how I'm going to finish this off. But these are second season strawberries, and these are their babies from last year. And we've got some flowers coming already. These are going to be in their second season in these baskets here, lots of them, and these are third season. These guys, my baskets are collapsing. They've done really well because they've had 2 seasons out in the sun, but they're starting to collapse. And then these are babies. I just planted up some of those third season ones, just replanted them, so they're doing a little okay. We've got some flowers coming. Got some weeding to do there and tidy that bed up, but we won't look there just at the moment. We'll have a look over here. So my cats, unfortunately, were starting to use these baths as toilets, which is a bit of a blooming nuisance. So I've put this net over, you can see, and hopefully that will actually keep them out. So I have planted out some underneath those tubs, different sorts of tubs, drink tubs and milk tubs. I've planted out some more brassicas, trying to protect them from the slugs. So in here, I harvested 3 lots of brassicas in here the other day, and so we've got the new replacements. You can kind of see they're not hugely big, so they've got a little mini greenhouse and cat protection for them. Over here, same thing, I've just filled up some space. It sort of doesn't keep the slugs out, obviously it's a great big holes, but it does actually make it a little bit more challenging for the slugs to get through. So this frame, which has almost seen better days, I'm going to put the thornless blackberries and try and persuade it to climb up over the frame. Now, I did tie them all up around the end of summer last year, and I've just untied them, so they've got a little bit of wriggle room. Then it started raining, so I had to come in. So I have to persuade these guys to all untangle themselves and decide where it really wants to go, and I want to get them all up and climbing up over the frame. So those are thornless blackberries, and this side is raspberries, which didn't do super well last year, but they're starting to think about spring is coming if it stops raining. So, and then the other thing I've done is I did pull some veggies out of the veggie pod and just replanted. I've just shown you. And in the veggie pod, I bought a couple of tomato plants. So I'm kind of using it as a little mini greenhouse. Just weather off these plants, but don't put them right out in the sun. My sunflowers were turning towards the sun in the garage all the time, and likewise the cucumbers were doing the same. So hopefully they'll start growing up straight. The carrots are starting to do, maybe you need to thin them out, but I tend to leave the carrots and let them do their own thing. So I've still got a few little brassicas that haven't really grown, but these are starting to take off, aren't they? They're starting to look a little bit chunky and healthy. So it's now started to rain quite heavily. So we will quickly go down the other end of the garden and show you what's going on down there. I pulled up my spring onions. I've got to pick them up and take them in the house, which I'll do shortly. And I planted a few teeny ones back in the ground, so we'll see how they go. So we have to move. All this was where I was going to put that shade tunnel house. This needs moving. I'm going to use it for climbing up either cucumbers or the courgette ones. The potatoes I planted a few weeks ago have started to come through the straw, so I need to bank those up, and hopefully we don't get a frost. Just weeded up this bed. These are lettuces that went to seed and seeded themselves in this space. So that's where the onions were. Pulled out a couple of calendula plants, and I've just ignored the peas. They're doing their own thing and not very well, so we'll see. And here we've got mostly flowers, and we've got one little Brussels sprout plant that's trying its bestest to grow. The leeks are not doing terribly well, but isn't this one beautiful? These guys just grow all over the place, but they are beautiful. I pulled these ones up. The one over by these beds over here is quite stunning as well. I was going to try and get my potato beds uncovered. As you can see, I've got some random potatoes that have regrown themselves, and I just wanted to show you this because they're so beautiful, really lovely. And it's pouring down with rain, so I'm going to finish off this video now and go back in the house. So gardening in between the rain showers, that's what we've got going on here.